Hi, so today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing fractions. Multiplying fractions is actually one of the easiest computations with fractions. So let's start with a simple computation like 1/3 times 2/5. In order to multiply this, I simply multiply straight across the numerator and straight across the denominator. So I end up with 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 5, which is 15. And that's it. That's all there is to multiplying fractions. There are some instances where you have to be a little bit more careful. For example, if I had 1 1/3 times 1 2/5. In this case, I would need to first convert them into improper fractions. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'd have 4/3 times 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7, 7/5. And then again, I go straight across when I multiply. So 4 times 7 is 28, and 3 times 5 is 15. So my answer is going to be 28/15ths, but when I simplify, I usually try to make it into a mixed number. In this case, it's 1 13/15ths. There are some tricks with multiplying fractions that you can use. For example, if I have two numbers, let's say I have 3 sevenths times 49 60ths. Well, 3 times 49 and 7 times 60 might not be the kinds of numbers that I want to multiply, certainly in my head. But what I can do is I can see what numbers on the top have in common with numbers on the bottom. Usually I look across diagonally. So for example, 3 and 60 both have 3's in them. So 3 has 1 3 in it, and 60 has 23's in it, so I can reduce them right now before I multiply. Same thing with these two here, 7 and 49. 7 has 1 7 in it, and 49 has 7 7's in it. So now I can just simply multiply across. 1 times 7 is 7. And 1 times 20 is 20. So in this case, that big mess that we started with ends up reducing right down to 7/20ths without doing any math that I can't really do in my head. So that's an easy shortcut for doing multiplication when you have bigger numbers with fractions. We can also do division with fractions. Division with fractions, let's see, if I had 1/3 divided by 4/5. Basically, in order to solve a division with fractions problem, I need to multiply by the reciprocal. So rather than dividing straight through, I'm going to keep this number, 1/3. I'm going to switch the sign, because when I multiply by a reciprocal, that's the same as dividing. So the division turns into multiplying. And 4/5, well, the reciprocal of 4/5 is 5/4. You may remember keep it, switch it, flip it. That's a common phrase that people use to help them remember. In this case, it's keeping the first one, switching the sign, and then flipping the second fraction so that you're multiplying by the reciprocal. And then you're simply multiplying across. So 1 times 5 is 5, and 3 times 4 is 12. We can do another example of that kind. For example, 2 and 1/5. Divided by 3 2/3. First thing I need to do is get improper fractions. In order to do that, I multiply the denominator by the mixed number and add 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So I end up with 11/5 divided by 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11/3. Now in order to divide, I need to keep it, switch it, flip it, or multiply by the reciprocal. So 11/5 times 3/11ths. You'll notice from this example and from the last example that you can simplify. The 11's both have 11 in them. There's 1 there and 1 here, and then I can multiply across. 1 times 3 is 3, and 5 times 1 is 5. So my answer for that will be 3/5. That's all. Yay, math!